Hey everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Eternal Evolution. Today we have to go on to the free-to-play and see what's up with this big update. Even though there's lots to look at, I think I actually want to start with Twilight. How far can my little baby free-to-play actually make it? Yeah, so Twilight. Oh god. So I already put out a video just quickly opening up the update for the first time earlier today. That was on the main account. I was pleasantly surprised for the most part, but a little bit bummed with the Twilight side of things. Because I'm not gonna lie, while it might have saved an hour or two of going through on auto, getting to stage 7, honestly, I don't think it would have been that long. So I was really hoping it would have pushed me a lot further because, well, let's be honest, I spent about 6 hours doing Twilight today on the main account. Now, I'm sure this is a game mode that's not intended to literally do it all in one day, but if you want to actually compete and get in the rankings, you kind of have to. It's who can get the farthest the fastest. It's not just hit a milestone and get a reward. There's also this whole nother level of placing within X amount to actually push. So this is pretty low, but I know the reality of my free-to-play account, and I don't think I'm going to do much better. So can I actually compete? Or is this going to be is this something that most people just are barely doing and not really pushing? And I actually have a chance because I'm used to pushing on my main. I don't know, honestly. I don't think we're gonna do that great. Not gonna lie, I don't think we're gonna do that great. But I thought it would be really fun to go on the free-to-play versus Twilight. How can my little baby account hold up? So you guys can take a look at my roster as well. Actually, let's do that before we go in. Actually, we'll just look at it through here. So I do have Emma at Immortal. Actually, let's see if I can do any upgrades first. Let's go in and take a look at my people and see if we can make them any better before we go into Twilight. So first things first, pushing my Emma to the max would be great. I would like to, let's see, get everybody to 140 though. Oh, we're not even close on the Twililight, so I'd have to take some, which I might end up doing. I might actually, from my bag here, accept some of these just to get myself enough to do that, because that is kind of a big deal. But that's the reality is most people aren't going to have those bonuses. Actually, yeah, they are. You will have that bonus if you pushed your Emma event, which is now gone for me. Aw. But that Emma, the evolution event for getting Emma up, yeah, it was totally worth it for the sake of the extra rewards, including the Twililight. So I really do need to see if I could push my levels, but that is one way we cannot. So alright, that's as far as I can go there. Talent-wise, I'm actually not worried about these talents for Emma, because, well, you know what, that's something I'm going to save. I'm going to talk about Emma in another video and some of the details about building her that I think a lot of people probably do wrong and don't even notice until you take a little bit of a deeper look. So I kind of want to point out a few things for Emma specifically. All right, so I can make Taylor a little bit better here. Taylor does not need accuracy for anything in his kit, guys. By the way, this should be crit rate, this should be crit rate and crit damage, not friggin' accuracy. But you know, we will need to accept this to get here, but I'm not there yet, so it can sit there for now. We also have my little Karma. I'm not too worried about his talents, but I already got him all the basic stuff done, and he is still immortal, so I am going to be using him for now. Falvia, I would like to get some stuff on, but I'm not quite sure I really have the resources for it, unfortunately. Anpu, I did put what I could on Anpu and Sorvali, so maybe, to be fair, maybe because Falvia is one of my best characters here that can be AoE and single target, maybe for the sake of right now, I go ahead and put the basics on her as well. So I kind of just want to show you guys what I'm working with as we're getting started here going into Twilight. So you can probably relate, right? You're probably like, yep, I know how it goes. Limited roster, this is going to be interesting. And limited gear for sure. Like unlimited potions. Oh wait, we can skip Twilight. Or guess what we can do now? We can go to Wasteland and we can just sweep the whole thing. Sweep all. Yes. It's so exciting. And I will take this from the shop and definitely this from the shop. Okay, Wasteland is now my favorite thing in this game. Kidding, not kidding. All right. So that's good. All right, there's not too much I'm going to worry about otherwise right now. But yeah, we might as well look at that. Boom, that makes a difference. A little bit extra to make her a little bit better. All right, let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna go in and do a couple battles and I'll probably pause and skip around and just show you guys some of my results. Or if I'm getting stuck, maybe I'll cut in. I don't want to literally show everything. That's probably gonna be boring for you guys. But energy bond, oh boy. So I think Hunter bond for Emma makes the most sense. So let's go ahead and grab our Samadhi and our, which one is it? This one. No. The same target. One. We're gonna grab what we're working with what we got, guys. Working with what we got. All right, so Emma and Taylor are gonna be the cornerstone of my account still, although I do have Anpu and Sorvali. But this is good for the Hunter bond. Hopefully this will help me get through these stages, but you can see this is gonna be pretty easy based on the level differences. It does get kind of scary later on, but even when you're a lot lower and they're higher, you usually can push through. So we should be able to full auto a whole bunch of stuff from the start. So I think I'm just going to throw in Karma as a main source of damage. And then I think I'm going to, actually, I might keep Sorvali as a healer. Or maybe we just do this. Maybe we go Sorvali and Serena for healing. And we put in a tank. So right now, I think I probably should just build him to be my best tank because he's probably got the highest stats given that he's mythic compared to these others. Oisa's not in my best gear. Boar might be in better gear now. 397. Actually, she might be all right. You know what? All right, we'll run with this. We're way beyond. We should be able to push really hard. Let's just see if this is like an instant. Wait, I'm going to be ready to, I should be ready to cancel, but let's let this auto just to see what happens on the first stages. How easy do they make Twilight for the first few stages for a brand new account? That's what I'm curious about. But I'm ready to pause in case anybody dies. We don't want anybody dying early on in Twilight. If someone dies, they're gone for the rest of your rotation until you go and reset. This is where regular tanks kind of suck. This is where not having a Leo kind of sucks. Poor Oisa is not looking hot, but yeah, this is already, see, look, Oisa's, my tanks are gonna struggle here, and that's a little bit worrisome to see. This one gets really hard because it gets kind of crazy because they split up into a whole bunch. So I'm going to manual all of them. I'm still going to leave Emma in here because she is a huge source of damage for me, but I might end up taking her out for this in lieu of more support to keep everyone else alive. I was gonna pause all this, but I'm surprised how hard it is already, honestly. I mean, it's not hard, but I think I'm gonna lose, like, my tanks very early on here. Twilight was very difficult, though. It's always been very difficult. I shouldn't be surprised. To be fair, wait, why is... Oh, right. It bounces around. It's not a proper AoE. But Twilight's always been very difficult content, to be honest. I remember my very first time doing Twilight, way before Leo even existed. It was rough. Like, it absolutely was extremely time-consuming to try. Not as bad as now. But it was a lot of just failure. It was sad. It would be a lot of, you just let your team die and you go in with your B team and it is what it is. And you know you weren't going to make it that far, unfortunately. All right, so if I was in a better position, I would have let Emma not... oh, here, I don't want to lose Oak already. Oh, all right, you know what? I really don't know about... You know what? Let's sacrifice... Maybe just let Hypnos be in the front and a little bit of crowd control once those guys come out. But yeah, I really thought I could get further, but maybe I can't. Because the reality is, a lot of people already got Luke or Ravenna as well. Instead of Emma, possibly. They might have been the first one they maxed out, or they could have spent and got more copies during the summoning events, or they could have just went all in on week 1 and just got Luke or Ravenna right away, or they were luckier than me with the Grand Ceremony event. So for me, if you guys remember, or if it's your first time here, I should say, my Grand Ceremony event was different. I did not get the typical, I did not get Ravenna for sure. I had a chance to get Luke or Ravenna, and I got neither. So that actually is really gonna hurt this account early on with stuff like this where an AoE is good. But it's fine. It's just Twilight. It's just extra. Honestly, it's like, this is like the more endgame content anyway. So whatever extra resources I can pick up along the way, I'm just gonna be grateful for, right? I'm just gonna be grateful for it. But it looks like we might be able to survive this. If Sorvali is gonna die, I'm definitely gonna stop this. I don't want her to die. Absolutely not. We did lose Hypnos, but come on, Anpu's stuns are insane. Look at that crowd control. Okay, he's dying already. Yeah, I really shouldn't have let my tanks get so low of health. But Anpu, the stunning, you can see how much that really could help. That is gonna hold them off really well. And my main damage dealers they're gonna be fine. They're not gonna die. We're gonna be able to kill them in time. Oh my god, guys. Can I restart? Guys. Number 1. When you go into Twilight, and there's a red dot there, before you start doing the battles, you click this. We just made the levels easier. So if you're not one of the first 10, I mean, as people fill up the first 10 spots to finish a level, it literally makes it easier for everybody else. You should do that before you even start, for one. Right? It's already feeling a lot easier than when I just tried doing it with the same team. So same, let's just let him bounce around a fireball. This gets crazy, and these stuns from Anpu are going to be huge, guys. Alright, let's immediately attack the best we can. We want their health to be as low as possible. Alright, Anpu. I could probably hold Anpu's ultimate to make sure he doesn't use it again before they break into little ones, because Anpu is really most valuable then when he is stunning and crowd controlling all these little guys. See, I wish I had that ready right now. That might prevent my Hypnos from getting so low of health, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to deal with that. It's hard. So I am unpleasantly surprised about how hard it actually is to do little baby chapter 1 Twilight, but at the end of the day, it's free resources. I can't complain. It's a lot, yeah, it's just, it's free resources. Whatever we can do, it's fine. It's like in Raid, like, you do Doom Tower if you can, but you only do what you can. You don't overly stress about it. If you can finish off some levels, great. There's some really good resources, it's worth trying. But if you can't, you just wait till next time it comes around, and probably by then, you'll do better. So that's kind of been my mentality so far with this. Okay. So hopefully I can get through chapter 1 today, but either way, I'll be pushing through every day. I mean, it's not super hard, but people are gonna die, and I can't keep people at full health. It just... limited roster, limited gear, this is the reality. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more battles. We're gonna do Hunter, probably with Emma. Oh, I wanted to stress the importance of manualing with Emma here, because these Hunter bosses, they put up a shield on everybody, so you want to take them out first. And because of the placement, you also want to make sure that Emma, let me try. So this one is actually okay because he's in the front. We could have Emma in the back and she'll still reach the front line. But if the hunter was in the middle, which some of the other levels were, the boss was in the middle, you want to make sure Emma's actually in the middle at least, or she won't have the reach to take out that hunter. But you want to focus this boss down first. So instead of skipping ahead, I want to show you one of these battles. So I'm going to manual Emma and make sure we hit the boss. See, okay, we're on the boss. That's what we want to focus. Boom, he's dead. Shields are gone. It'll be easy from here on out. And then you could always, boom, go back to the battle and continue. That's how you make sure you can make the battle easier on yourself. Now, I did lose him. I'm fine with that. I'm going to have to reset my heroes. I have so much gear to be worked on, and I don't have class technology either at all yet, so that's one thing I'm really missing, but it is what it is. I also forgot to change my commander and my runes to fit that hunter bond, but luckily it was easy. But don't forget to change everything in between each one. We're at the first boss, chapter 1. So energy bond, but honestly, the energy bond part is a little less important. You're really just going to want to take out the little side spirit that pops up. So I did lose like everybody on the last round, unfortunately. So it's going to be interesting to see how I can make this happen. I don't know that I can, to be honest. I lost literally everyone, but I'm going to have to reset. I know the reset is coming. It's fine. So Rompu's almost dead. Everyone's almost dead, to be honest. So it's kind of sad. We're just going to go in with our hunters instead. And I just need someone on the front line who's going to be able to take up the most absorb the most damage. He probably has more attack. He at least has a little bit of defense. Oh god. So I'm going to hold Emma's ultimate for the spirit that's going to pop up. So we're going to go ahead in here. We're going to turn off Emma's ultimate. I'm going to let these two kind of go on their own because they're really hard to direct Taylor anyway. Because he's just going to jump, but we can't tell him exactly what to hit. So we're going to let everybody, except for Emma, go ahead and use their ultimates. And then see on the left here, we have the spirit popping up. So I'm going to be ready with Emma's ultimate to help take out that spirit. We do need to kill that spirit the second the shield pops. The shield hasn't popped yet. Now it is. And now, boom, there we go. And there it goes. And then once that happens, we do get everybody's ultimates back. And then I could quickly use Emma's ultimate on the boss. Or if the spirit wasn't dead, I would use it on the spirit first. But I find this boss to be extremely easy compared to the rest of the waves usually. As you can see, no problem whatsoever. The biggest thing is just you have to kill that spirit that pops up first, or else it causes some major damage and you usually die. But all right, we made it through chapter 1 on the free-to-play. Free rewards. It's not insane, but this is helpful for my account just to get more dupes. And I mean, recruitment cards are recruitment cards. I'll take it. So most of my team is gone, but we're going to move on to chapter 2. So I collected my speedrun leaderboard stuff, and I am not going to reset my team until everyone is dead. Just because you lose your favorite person, don't reset your team until you've exhausted everything you possibly can to squeeze out any extra damage from like finishing off one boss that you're working on before you reset, so you can take advantage of any little bit of extra damage dealt that's possible. So I just reset my team. And I'm going ahead back into the chapter 2, only stage 3. That's as far as I got. But what I did do is actually go ahead and grab that copy of Falvia from the reward, and I evolved her. I also put another evolution in Anpu because of the gene hybrid that I had just got from the shop. I am going to focus Anpu for that damage and crowd control. And I did, I think, get one more copy of Oisa that I was able to evolve. So we did a little minor improvement, couple adjustments to push ahead in Twilight for the same day. So yeah, this CC bond guy is totally getting me here, I think, in chapter 2. this is as far as I'm making it for day 1, but this is what you gotta do. Every day, you just chip away at it. And I'm gonna throw a few more people in here to do a little bit more damage. Maybe we'll finish him off, but oh wait, we're finishing him off. But literally everyone's dead. So so this is where I end for today. Either way, Forest of Mine. So I think for me the easiest one, unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe the Vanguard one. Oh god. This is actually really hard without like Leo. And this one's not easy either, honestly. They attack really fast, and tanks aren't strong, and that tank bond is hard. So I think I'm gonna have to go against the spider, but we really don't have anyone left alive. I mean, we do have a little bit left alive, but let's be honest. Not my A team, so I'm just gonna let it roll and do what it can do, and we're just gonna chip away at whatever extra damage can be done here on Twilight. I'm gonna throw every single last character in here until they're all dead, and then tomorrow I'll reset and push forward with my best team going forward, and we'll see how it goes. But this is kind of what I do for every day of Twilight. You just work on it a little bit at a time, see if you can. Even if it takes you 3 days to beat 1 level, that's just what you do early on. Unless you have things like Leo and Daniel, which make Twilight insanely dramatically easier. Twilight's hard, so I'm sad that I only got through 1 chapter on the first day on the free-to-play, but hopefully this is relatable, and you guys can at least see some of my tactics I'm using in some of these battles. I'm not going to show all of them, just a little here and there, but yeah. That's all for now, guys. I hope you appreciated this little free-to-play video, and I'll see you in the next one.